Hello class, so today we are going to be talking about algebraic expressions. Up in the left hand corner of your notes here, I want you to go ahead and draw a little target. And today's target in their I can statements is I can, oops, let me type it here, here we go. I can evaluate algebraic expressions. So let's have a little talk. What is an algebraic expression? You've probably seen this in class already. An algebraic expression is any mathematical phrase made up of numbers and variables. These expressions, when by variables, this is where we usually put like the letter x or y or a or b or any one of those variables, and it will have numbers involved that show off either multiplication and addition and subtraction. When we are evaluating expressions, we often use this thing called the substitution property. The substitution property says if a equals b, then, let's move this up a little bit, then a may be replaced for b in any expression. So, if you are looking at a mathematical expression that has numbers and variables, continue working. If you're working with an expression that has variables and you have a value for that variable, you can then substitute the value of a variable into the expression. To evaluate an expression with variable replacements, you must substitute the variables with their given values. Each time you substitute a variable with a number, make sure you put parentheses around the number. Very important. Put parentheses around the number and follow the order of operations when evaluating. Go ahead and pause the video now so you can have some time to write in your notes, and then we will do some practice examples. Okay, now that you're back, we're going to do some practice examples, and we're going to go over what it means to evaluate an algebraic expression. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my whiteboard here, and as you can see, I've written down numbers 2, 4, and 6. Whoops. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here, and we're going to look at this expression right here that says 3x squared minus 4x. And what we're going to do is we are going to substitute -2 where the x's are. So every time I see an x, I'm going to put -2 in parentheses. So this expression right here is going to become 3x squared. Well, that's just 3 times, and there's an x, so I'm going to put -2 squared minus 4, and then there's an x, so I'm going to put -2. Well, now, because I have some numbers to work with, I'm going to use my order of operations to solve this expression here. So, well, -2 times -2 is positive 4. So this is actually 3 times 4. Minus 4 times -2, well, that's -8. And then we have 3 times 4. Well, 3 times 4, that's 12, minus -8. Now, if you look into your calculators, you have the small negative sign. And if you punch that in, 12 minus -8 is the same as saying 12 plus 8. And then finally, 12 plus 8, that's just 20. So see how we can get a value for the expression here, 20, for this algebraic expression when we substitute x at a particular value, in this case it being -2. Let's try this problem over here. Here, this problem is involved with 2 variables, and that's okay. We're just going to take our time and we're going to plug each in and substitute each value for a and b into the expression. I see there a squared. Well, a is 4, so I'm going to put in parentheses 4 squared times b, and I'm going to put in parentheses -7, minus b. Oh, I see a b, so I'm going to substitute -7 squared. Now let's follow the order of operations. 4 squared is 16. Minus -7 squared is 49. 16 times -7, you know, I don't have that one off the top of my head, but that's okay. We'll just pull out your calculator and punch in 16 times -7, and that gives me a -112 minus 49, which gives me -161. Now see, the only new part is substituting the values of a and b that were given into the expression here. Everything else is just following the orders of operations. I'm going to do one more example for you. We got -y squared minus 3xy. Every time I see an x, I'm going to substitute -5, 6, and every time I see a y, I'm going to substitute -12. So here we go. I'm going to write negative, and I see a y, so in parentheses, I'm going to write -12 squared minus 3 times x, which is -5, 6, and I see a y, so I'm going to substitute for -12. Notice here, I'm going to rewrite this as negative, and then the -12 squared is going to be 144. But because I have a negative sign here from up top, it's -144. Minus 3 times -5 times 12 divided by 6 is actually 30. -144 minus 30 is -174. So go ahead with the rest of your time after this video. Try out some practice problems, and we'll work on this later in class. I'll see you then.